is me, and this is me, and this is me. I'm wearing a wig. Let's talk about hair. I want to speak to you about hair, but I want to speak to you as a child development advocate. I usually tell people that when you have a 3 years old and you're African, you want to wear mostly braids, wear your natural hair, so that your child can grow to love their hair, especially if they're a minority somewhere where there are many Caucasians. But by the time your child starts to turn 9, 8, 9, 10, they're not only looking at you. Now they're beginning to watch TV. They're understanding the people on the TV. If you've read Good Kid, Bad Kids, I mentioned it that when they're 9, 10, they're starting to understand the world. They're not just looking at you, they're also looking at the world. They're looking at your friends, they're looking at people around. Other people are also wearing wigs, all right? What if your 10 years old comes home and says, Mom, my friends think that my hair feels like sponge or looks like sponge, and I do not like my hair? I'm sure you would say something like, no, your hair is beautiful. Don't worry about it. Your hair is beautiful. And you expect that then that elevates their confidence or the feeling goes away. No. If it is not addressed the right way, that feeling doesn't go away. It is only pushed down. And your child is likely not going to come back to you for an explanation. Their confidence is down. They are down when it comes to their hair. And they'll just keep carrying that feeling everywhere, thinking that their hair is not good enough because what you said has not addressed the issue. I'm going to come back to that. Culture should be a foundation, not a prison. It gives us identity. It connects us to our people. It makes us rooted, all right? But the moment culture is treated as an unbreakable cage, where the moment you deviate from it, it is seen as betrayal, then it becomes enslavement. Culture can be a source of beauty, it can be a source of identity, it can even be a source of wisdom. But the moment it is treated as unquestionable, it can turn into a cage. We shouldn't be the ones serving culture. Culture should serve us. If I feel this hair is convenient for my lifestyle because I have kids and I'm rushing out of the door most of the time, I do not even have time to go to the salon to get my hair done, I should be able to use a wig. All right. If I feel it is beautiful, if I feel it is quick, if I feel like I like it, I should be able to choose it. But then if I feel that it is unacceptable, it is unprofessional, or I feel it is less beautiful than that of the Caucasian, then that's where the problem comes in, and that is when it should be addressed. Now, how can we address it? I mentioned that the child comes home and says, I do not like my hair. How do you then address it? I would say you say something like, do you know that I have a friend who is Caucasian? She likes that my lips are full and she wants to get something like that. All right? And I have another friend who has thin eyes. I would not say he looks like a flat slippers because it's thin or because it's flat. There's always something beautiful about the other culture. My friend has a particular exercise she does to make sure she gets a fuller back view that the African women get for free. It's in her DNA. But she's doing several squats so she can get it. I'm wearing wigs because I admire her hair and it's okay. If I told her that, oh, your back view is flat, that would be rude and that would be unacceptable. She shouldn't tell me that my hair feels like sponge. But I admire her hair, she admires my full figure. Mutual admirations can break stereotypes. When we can openly admire traits, values in each other, then we create a space for respect instead of hierarchy. Instead of me thinking that, oh, I'm better than you better than me, we then respect each other because I know that there's something about you that I like and there is something about me that you like. And that is a better way to explain it to our children than to just say, your hair is good. No, there is something about you that I like. There's something about me that you like. There's something about you that your friends admire. You need to point out that thing that it is about them. And it doesn't always have to be the physical appearance. It can be how smart they are. It can be something. You must point it out to them. There's something about her hair. It is difficult to manipulate. But there are so many people who are doing well at taking care of their natural hair. If you have not been trained to take care of it, then it is a bit difficult to manipulate. All right. And I love my hair. I've worn my hair like this. I've worn my hair like this. But as time went on, I realized that I do not have the time to take care of my hair, especially because I do not know how to. I wasn't trained to take care of my hair. All right. Some people, look at this for instance, and look at this for instance. Some people have mastered how to take care of our natural hair, and it can be absolutely gorgeous when you know how to take care of it. By the time you're able to learn how to take care of your own natural hair, trust me, you're going to fall in love with it. But for me, I find out that I have not learned to take care of my natural hair. It was tough for me going out, wanting to comb my hair would be difficult. I'm rushing out with my kids. And I feel, why not? I'll put my wig on quickly and I'm gone. And my wig still makes me beautiful without me having to go through all of that stress. Does it not mean that your friends should call your hair sponge? I think that's rude. Your lips looks like a flat slippers. I shouldn't say that because then that's rude, right? All right. I shouldn't see an Asian person and say the eyes looks like a needle because the eyes are usually thin. All right. I shouldn't say that because then that's rude. Sometimes we have makeup on to have like a cat eye, and this is an attribute that some people naturally have. There's always something about the other culture that I can like and I can adopt sometimes, and it goes the same way. That then helps your child with your confidence, not you pushing the feeling down and saying your hair is beautiful. Let nobody tell you anything, that hair is beautiful. Yes, the hair can be beautiful if it is well managed, but as a child being taught to manage the hair, do you know how to manage the hair? I, for one, I do not know. I tried my best to do it. I couldn't do it. In fact, I had to cut my hair at some point because I was in a country where I didn't get anyone who was taking care of an African natural hair, and I wasn't trained to do it. And I had learned. In fact, I followed some ladies who are professionals at taking care of natural hair, and I still couldn't do it. They are now my friends online. I'm still following them till date. I admire the way they take care of their hair. I admire the length and I admire the curls, and that's my type of hair. But I still couldn't learn it. Maybe because I don't know. I don't know why. You can encourage your child that at some point you would be able to take care of your hair if you learn it. But for me, I think I don't want to go through that. I have tried to do it. I wasn't able to do it. I find this convenient for me, and I find it still beautiful, and I'm sticking with it. It doesn't mean that I cannot wear my hair. I still wear my natural hair. I still do the braids. But most times, this feels convenient. I'm able to slip it on and I'm out of the door. That will help your child retain your confidence. All right. A culture that is secure in its identity doesn't feel threatened because they have adopted another culture. It is okay to adopt another culture as long as you're not abandoning yours. I can do my braids, sometimes pack my hair, wear my weave all back, just my natural hair, but I should be able to wear this if I want to do it. Okay, no, I should be free to choose. But if the choice is now made because I feel that the hair is unacceptable or is unprofessional or is less beautiful than that of the Caucasian person, then that is when it becomes a problem. And that is when it should be addressed. Culture should still allow you to appreciate what you see and even adopt it without feeling diminished. All right? Culture must not be a cage. Culture must never be a prison that limits you. Culture should still leave that space for exploration. And most of the time, we limit culture to hair and language. All right? I see this all the time when a child who is not speaking the language and speaking English is considered to be betraying the culture or their roots. The culture is broader than we think. There are other things. My mom-in-law came visiting recently, and she was like, "Oh, you are living in Nigeria in this house," and I didn't understand what she was saying, but I kept thinking about it, and I realized she was referring to the fact that most of the time we're eating Nigerian food, and most of the time when the children wake up, they'll greet in the Nigerian way, specifically the Yoruba way of greeting. All right, and my children understand the Yoruba language, but they do not speak it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not trying my best to teach them the language, all right? But I'm just trying to explain that there are other ways that culture can be practiced. There are other ways that people can also be rooted in their culture, even more than that person that is wearing their hair and all of that. A person can be wearing wigs and wearing even bleached hair, like the really white hair, and they're still rooted in their culture. There's so many ways. There is the language, there is the spiritual part, there is the values, there is the traditions. There's so many ways that people can be rooted in their culture, and people should not be judged because they have wigs on, they are not speaking their language. You do not know other ways that people are embracing the culture. This is not to say that embracing your culture is not needed. No, it gives your child their identity. It makes them understand their roots. It helps their confidence, knowing who they really are. But I am saying that you cannot tell me that because somebody is wearing a wig, they're not rooted, or they're not embracing their identity, or they hate who they are. No. culture is broader than that. Culture is broader than just hair. Culture is broader than just language. You must understand that balance is key. Embrace your culture. You know where you're from so that your identity is intact. And then be free to explore. It is human to explore. From fashion to arts to technology, we're embracing different people's culture day by day. And it's human to explore. But balance is key. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Cheers.